Because I heard him, and I'm giving you this, Aubrey. Yo, I'm going to drug their ass off and pick them up and pip them out to my neck.
These guys have organized a mass organized effort to slander my name behind the scenes. So every time I say something, you're just seeing my part because their part is behind the scene. But I want you to know I'm up for it. I'm up for it. I'm anointed for it. I'm anointed to dethrone evil. I want you to...
It looks like Mase and Betha brought some receipts to expose Diddy and Jay Z for allegedly exploiting younger women and forcing them into their messed up club. Mase is determined to take Diddy down once and for all, and he's not messing around. He's ready to breathe, stretch, shake, let it go, and drop all the tea. Recently, he spilled some tea on Diddy, claiming that Diddy and Jay Z are allegedly part of a group where they allegedly sexually assault women, and there is allegedly a very long list of victims. Mase is ready to drop those receipts. Everybody knows that Mase and Diddy have a very long history of bad blood, and it seems like Mase is still holding on to that grudge against Diddy. The allegations he's making now are crazy, but not too far-fetched. Did Diddy really pimp out his artists to be exploited by other rappers in the industry? And did Diddy's mom really help him hide this secret?
Yo, how dare this nigga told me he want receipts? Let's start with your mother, nigga. Your mother got the receipts, nigga. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts, nigga.
Y'all, it looks like Mase is on a mission to take Diddy down for good. This man has been relentless when it comes to Diddy, and he's not backing off anytime soon. Actually, it looks like 50 Cent and Mase are fighting for the #1 op for Diddy, but I still think the biggest op for Diddy is karma. It was almost like he was just waiting for Cassie to drop her lawsuit against Diddy because ever since then, Mase has been going in on him. Mase was once part of the Bad Boy Records lineup until a major fallout with Diddy messed up their relationship, and he had some pretty blunt things to say about Mr. Diddy. For years, he's been throwing shade at Diddy, and rumors have been swirling that there was more to their beef than anyone knew. It's clear that whatever went down between them was super messy because they were going at each other fiercely. The fallout led to a very public feud, with Mase even releasing a diss track squarely aimed at Diddy and continuing to call him out on social media. In Mase's diss track, Oracle 2, Mase did not hold back at all. He went a cappella in one of his recent shows, and one of the most memorable lines was, "Ninjas try to starve my kids and give my money to his firstborn." Ninjas never pay the artists, but they love to pay the freaks. Now clearly, he was referring to Diddy's alleged involvement in some unconventional activities that Diddy likes to call freak-offs. Well, Mase has been determined to keep the heat on Diddy, and from the looks of it, he's not about to stop anytime soon. The whole situation has been just crazy to watch, and it's obvious that Mase has a lot more to say. Now, what adds an intriguing layer to this saga is that Mase released the track in 2022, more than a year before Cassie filed her lawsuit. This sparked speculation that Diddy might have forced Mase into similar situations because he was very familiar with it. This isn't entirely far-fetched, though, considering the previous allegations of Diddy's involvement in unconventional relationships with other rappers, including some within the Bad Boy Records crew. But in case y'all don't know what I'm talking about, there have been rumors for years that Diddy allegedly liked to get down and dirty with his bad boy artists, especially the male ones. Well, that's how he and Cassie met in the first place, when he signed her to Bad Boy Records. In fact, there are speculations that the only reason he signed Cassie was that he wanted her and wanted her under his control. Well, not only is Mase now coming out to expose Diddy, but he is also exposing Diddy's BFF, JayZ. According to him, not only are those two men the biggest names in music, but they have also allegedly been up to some shady stuff. You know what? We've been talking about the sex trafficking charges that Diddy is currently facing with the feds. Well, Mase is now claiming that JayZ is allegedly involved in this too, claiming that the two men both allegedly ran a secret club that was based on allegedly hurting women. Now, like I said, Mase has made it clear that he has a personal vendetta against Diddy, and he is coming with years' worth of tea. According to Mase, Diddy and JayZ have allegedly been up to this for a long time, since the early 2000s at least. When Diddy allegedly pimped out the members of his girl group Danity Kane to JayZ, allegedly, the group was made up of 5 girls: Andrea, Dawn, D. Woods, Shannon, and Aubrey. They came together to form a band while on the MTV reality show called Making the Band. After the show ended, Diddy signed them to his Bad Boy label, and everybody expected that they would become superstars. After all, Diddy had already made a name for himself in the label that produced some big names in the industry. Diddy and Aubrey, in particular, clashed a lot because Aubrey was not the type to sit back and let Diddy control her. And y'all, Diddy desperately wanted to control everything about them, from their looks to their clothes and all that stuff. But Aubrey wasn't having it.
That's the question. What do you want to look like, though? Do you want to look like a playboy, playmate? Do you want to look like you?
I'm done with all of that.
No. Like, what do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you.
What do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you. I'm not focused on me. I'm focused on what this group should look like and how I should fit in this situation.
You like big hair, though.
I don't like big hair.
You like big hair. You like big hair. You like a lot of makeup and all that.
Actually, I don't. I don't like big hair. I don't like certain makeup. I'm very flexible with what you want to do. And I've worked with everything that you've thrown at me.
I'm not seeing the flexibility. You gaming me.
Your hair people came in today and they said this is how it needs to be.
You know what I'm talking about. You're pushing your own image, though.
I'm not worried about whether my hair is straight, curly, whatever. I'm not here in a group to have curly, straight, big, makeup, whatever. I'm here in a group to sing with my group. And that is all I care about.
Now, remember last year when Diddy randomly decided to give his artists back their masters? At the time, he claimed that he was doing it as a show of goodwill, saying, "It's just doing the right thing." I think that we as an industry and as a people have to look in the mirror and make a shift forward. It's about evolving, leading by example, and reforming an industry that needs it in a world that needs reform. Well, Mase was quick to call BS on that, claiming that Diddy had held on to his publishing for the past 24 years. He said he tried to buy back his publishing, which had been sold for $20,000, offering Diddy $2 million. Allegedly, Diddy refused to sell for that price and instead told him to match a European offer or wait until he was 50. So Diddy suddenly deciding to return the masters free of charge seems suspicious. Well, here's the scoop. Before Diddy handed back the masters to his artists, there was a little detail he conveniently left out to the public. Sneaky, right? It turns out he slightly coerced them into signing an NDA. Translation: they were sworn to secrecy, pledging never to spill tea about what went down during their time at Bad Boy Records. At the time, it seemed like a nice move, a touch of goodwill from the music mogul. But now, knowing what we know, there's more to this story, and it makes sense why Diddy wanted everyone quiet. Diddy was already aware of Cassie's plan to drop a lawsuit, so what's the savvy businessman to do? Get ahead of the storm, of course. It turns out those NDAs weren't just about keeping the peace. They were a strategic move to get as much positive publicity as possible before this legal avalanche came down on him. Talk about playing the PR game like a chess master. However, some of his former artists saw right through this action and refused to sign the NDA. One of those people was Aubrey.
In order to get that, I have to release him for any claims or wrongdoings or actions prior to the date of the release. I have to sign an NDA that I will never disparage Puff, Bad Boy, Janice Combs, or Justin Combs' music, or EMI, or Sony ever in.
She then claimed that not only would Diddy body shame them, but he also tried to hook up with them and got mad when they turned him down.
Imagine why somebody would want to fire somebody.
Can you give us a little?
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
Mm-hmm. And were other girls doing?
I was the only one that was in those types of positions.
Now remember how I said that Diddy was obsessed with controlling them and their looks and all that? Well, it turns out it wasn't just their public image. Allegedly, he was pimping them out to other men and wanted them to look good for the men he was giving them to. His former bodyguard, Jane Dill, spilled the tea on this, saying,
Aubrey, he stood up there and he said in front of a lot of people, we were in the studio, and I said something to him and walked out the studio. He said, yo, I'm going to drug their ass off and pick them up and pimp them out to my nigga. He said, I'm going to drug them out. I'm going to get them all on drugs, and I'm going to pimp their ass out to my nigga. And I was like, there's somebody kids, and walked out.
But hold on. According to Mase, there was something even more sinister going on with Diddy and his artists. when he wasn't allegedly exploiting them and obsessively keeping them under his control. Multiple videos from the tapes that the feds seized from Diddy's house have been leaking on social media, and Jaguar is now claiming that there is allegedly a tape of Beyonce and JayZ. To clarify, we're not talking about those nice videos that she likes to show at her concerts. Family videos of JayZ and Beyonce sipping wine on your favorite yacht and being your favorite power couple. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and then check out this next video.